Hello, once again, this is Seewing Yee from the Yearlisten Network. Thank you for listening to this, hopefully very short presentation. And this is the next batch of new inventory from Buffalo, New York. So the newsletter that you're going to review, I'm going to highlight several of these uh, 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 paragraphs. I'm not going to go over to the most important, the value add that we're getting on this Buffalo market. I know we've been presenting this for the past few months, and you guys have received a lot of videos already. So I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm just going to bring the most important things that you need to know. Yeah, the most important thing, the value add would be of all the Midwest markets that are out there, and this is the trend where all the investors from the US and overseas, they are targeting Midwest right now is what's happening. What I mean by Midwest, as you know, right, in cities and states such as upstate New York, as in this case Buffalo, Detroit, Michigan, Cleveland, Ohio, and Memphis, Tennessee, and Indianapolis, Indiana, right? This type of homes, quite inexpensive, $40,000 to $80,000 single family home, duplex, triplexes, and very good cash flow. That's the key, right? Very, very good cash flow. So in this Buffalo market, uh, among many, many great attractions in terms of investment for turnkey investors, most important thing is even though the prices are like, the duplexes around 60 to 80 grand, you can get financing. Okay, the appraisal is not broken here in Buffalo. So if you qualify for financing, if you want to leverage your money for higher return with 20 to 25% down, that's the ideal for the Buffalo inventory that are like duplexes, like I said, 60 to 80K. Now, of course, we have Buffalo and Niagara Falls a few miles away. The single family homes in the Buffalo Niagara Falls area that we're promoting are mere as low as 27,500 actually. Typically the single family home investment homes that we're promoting in Buffalo is anywhere from 30 to 50 grand. Of course, these price ranges are for all cash purchases and in all self-directed IRA, all cash purchases. But we do have like duplexes from maybe, like I said, 60 grand or even lower, even like 50,000 or 55,000 duplexes where you still can get financing. And so, like I said, most of the Midwest markets, you cannot get financing. Most of them are all cash purchases. But in the Buffalo market, once again, the value add is you can get financing because the appraisal is not broken, at least in Buffalo. In Niagara Falls, uh, uh, inventory that we have, that could be some inconsistencies between our sales price versus the appraisal price. But for those of you finance buyers, yeah, stick with Buffalo. For those of you all cash buyers, you can choose anything. You can buy Buffalo and Niagara Falls. All right. So if you want some further clarification, you can always consult with me, Seewing Yee, of course. And the other value add you're going to get is because of the power of our network, we have some unique connection to our financial network professionals. In this particular case, we have our longtime investment loan agent, Richard at Vanny from the Wells Fargo investment team. He's willing, his little department, he's willing, and his staff and his process, he's willing to finance any kind of purchases in Buffalo from $50,000 and up. Okay, 50, 60, 70, 80 grand. So just to be honest, I do not know of any investment loan agent in any of the 50 other 49 states where they're willing to do business on to finance to help you get a mortgage with such a low amount, right? As you know, the loan agents they get paid whether they do a loan for 50 grand or 1 million. So same amount of work. So because he does so much volume, Richard Ivani and his team and his staff, investment loan agent in West Fargo. He has the economy of scale, if you will, because he does so much volume through our investment group as well as other investment group that he does. So that's good for you as a buyer, right? So yeah, so the bottom line is we are very very happy to for Richard Avani to as a loan agent to be on our team. So so the bottom line is, listen, okay, this is a very low risk market. Okay, I mean, if you finance a $50,000 to $60,000 purchase in this market at 20 to 25% down, your at risk initial down payment is only like 14 to 17 grand. For God's sake, that's like a drop in the bucket. Okay, I mean, most of our investors are located in the San Jose Bay Area. Come on, come on. If you, you know, this is we're talking peanuts, right? Such a low investment to get such a high return is a no-brainer. So, so unless you have other challenges in your financial life, I mean, this is such a low uh, purchase point with such a great value here in the Buffalo market. I just can't see anyone not be able to qualify to take a small risk to buy in Buffalo because the price is so attractive, right? So this is the value that you're getting. So with that in mind, let me again, I'm not going to spend too much time because you can look at the inventory. And in fact, in speaking of this inventory just came on board 30 July, right? Just today, I'm recording this 30 July. So this is the inventory, okay? This is the most updated inventory. Again, I don't want to spend too much time. I could spend 1 hour on this spreadsheet, but I won't. I'm going to highlight the important points once again. So then I will conclude this presentation so you can concentrate on reviewing this inventory and contacting myself, get yourself loan pre-approved or on a full cash offer or with a self-directed IRA. That's a very powerful strategy. You can do that as well to buy. So the few things I want to highlight is let's go over the Buffalo properties category. The Niagara Falls is right below. So let's go over here. Buffalo properties, again, this inventory gets sold very, very quickly. All right, so let's go over, of course, there are ready properties, they're ready to go. Then there are future properties that are under various stages of rehab. And in the next few weeks or a month or whatever, the future properties will become ready properties. As you can see, some of these are sold, some of these under contract, some of these are homeowner sale. They're not for investors because Keith and Kanazi and his group that decide to sell this block of homes to owner occupied local buyers. Okay, so let's see, let's go over. So a lot of these, the first over here, they all under contract already. Of course, this is a a little bit higher end, 110, 115K properties. They're in a better neighborhood, but they're under contract already. So over here, you can't do anything about. So let me see, uh, DBL means duplex, right? SGI means single family homes. So the best bet with the Buffalo category, starting right here, because over here are homeowner sale. There's not for investors. She's gonna, the Buffalo turnkey partner will convert this batch right here to sell it to local homeowners, and there's a tremendous demand. There's a multiple offers and bidding wars all over the Buffalo real estate market. So okay, so the next property you could potentially purchase under ready, like 851 Trowbridge. This one's nice. Okay, anyway, some of these are duplexes, like 70,000 to 80,000 to 90,000. These are very desirable. They get sold very quickly to out-of-state investors. So let me scroll down here. So starting at line 48, the property from here are single-family homes. So single-family homes in Buffalo, Niagara Falls, again, they only as high as 49,000, some around this price range. But the rent is good. It's all pre-leased. Higher than 10% cap rate, as you can see the number here. So okay, let's go over down here. 49,000, 50,000, 64,000, all the single family homes. Some are ready, some are reserved, some are under contract, some are in a future property to be purchased. So not that many on the Buffalo market with respect to single family home. Maybe how many? Let me see. Maybe 10, 20, maybe 30 homes, single family homes, 50 to $60,000 range, or even the $40,000 range, right? So 50 to $60,000 range, you can do financing, I believe, in Buffalo. But the 30 grand or 40 grand, most likely all cash purchase or IRA full purchase. Okay, or just have good cap rates. So Buffalo, this inventory moves very fast. Now Niagara Falls is what we found recently. If you want to do financing, a little bit tricky because the appraisal in Niagara Falls versus the actual sales price, that could be some discrepancy. So if the appraisal, if you do the financing, you won't buy Niagara Falls, but if the appraisal could be 5 or 10 grand lower than the sales price, then you have to, if you put 20 to 25% down payment, you may have to pay the difference between the sales price, which is potentially higher than the actual appraisal as you go through the transaction close of escrow. So uh, anyway, so the bottom line is if you want to do financing, I prefer you to buy Buffalo properties and not Niagara Falls. Niagara Falls is most likely for all cash purchases, which is not so bad either, right? So so but then it all depends on the property. Even in Niagara Falls, some properties have already have a comparable sales in the area, so you could get financing and not have a discrepancy between the appraisal and the sales price. All right. So if I'm so confusing, I apologize, but if you want some clarification, talk to me, okay? I want to talk to you anyway. So Niagara Falls is a little bit cheaper, but not to say they are in a worse neighborhood. No, they are in decent neighborhood. They are not high crimes. They're not in the ghetto, if you will. So all these hand-picked properties are purchased by our Buffalo turnkey provider. They know what they're doing. They've been in the business for more than 30 years. Okay, so that says it all. So let's go over the duplexes, DBI. Those duplexes are, anywhere from 60,000 something, 50,000. A duplex costs only like 42,000. Is that amazing? And you rent for 1,000. Okay, I don't need to tell you this double-digit cap rate and rent-to-value ratio are the best in the country among the Midwest great markets. All right. So let me see what else. All right, let me scroll down. So this is a duplex all the way to over here, 52,000 duplexes. Then SGI, single family home, starts right here. So single family home in Niagara Falls could be as low as like 36,000 renting for 500, 40,000 renting for 725, all pre-leased, all this great number. 27,500. Okay, single family home. Renting already for $600. So we're talking 22% cap rate. This is mind-boggling. Okay, and like more than 2.0 rent to value ratio, which is off the chart. So a lot of these are ready to purchase, right? A lot of these are under contract, and a lot of these are future property. So you pick and choose, right? Very inexpensive. Most inexpensive single family homes in my opinion in entire Midwest market. But just because they are inexpensive, it doesn't mean they are not in a good area. These properties will last you a long time, in my opinion. 35 grand, 39 grand single family home. This is mind-boggling. 37,000, all rehab, all turnkey, ready to go. Tenants already in place. 32 grand. 25,000 renting for $450, right? So who doesn't have 25, 30,000, $40,000 here in Silicon Valley, right? Our investors, many of our investors on our database are engineers, right? Working in Silicon Valley. The rest of you have a pretty decent job. So if you've been investing for a while, there's no real reason why you don't have all cash to buy these very inexpensive, cheap properties. Or many of you have IRAs, easy to purchase with IRA on this kind of property. Just an easy purchase transaction. Okay, purchase in the name of the IRA. Many of you have IRAs, much more than you care to acknowledge. Okay, so that's it. That's the bottom line. I mean, so that's all I have to say on this one. That's pretty much it. Okay, so the next step is for you to consult with me after you go through loan pre-approval. Then we go from there. You talk to me, then briefly. Then if we have a good fit after we consult, then I'll have you contact our Buffalo partner. Then you will go from there. All right. Thank you so much. This is Seewing Yee. Have a nice day. Looking forward to helping you guys. Goodbye.